Hey everybody, time for another allotment video update. Going to start today with a bit of a funny story. I had been tending the allotment, doing some weeding, and a woman came up to me and she's like, "What's your plot number?" And I give her my plot number and she's like, "No, that is not the plot that you're working in right now. You're working in a different plot." It turned out I had totally misread the map. And I had been working all these weeks in a plot that I did not own, that was not leased to me. Thank God nobody leased that plot, probably because this allotment site is going to be discontinued at the end of the year, but that was quite embarrassing for me to begin with. So I didn't really know what to do, decided best thing to do is email the city. So I sent them a message and I just said, "Hey, I made a mistake. I've been tending the wrong plot. Let me know what we should do. It's too late for me to move my plants, but I will, pay the difference for this other plot because it was a bit more expensive than the one I was working in, or the one I had paid for rather." And they got back to me. They said, "No problem. We'll just switch the lot in the computers. You don't need to pay anything different." No one was going to be renting the lot basically at this point. So yes, so I'm back working in that lot. Look at that beautiful view. Oh, I love coming out here. So today I'm working at the allotment. This is going to be kind of an interesting week. My little seedlings really needed to go into the ground. They weren't going to survive much longer in their containers in my house. Someone on the last video said you need to expose them to sun, so I'd been doing that as much as possible. We're about to have a really sunny week here and a hot one as well. And I'm going to be at Suomi-Pop Uvascula Festival all week. So I'm going to be coming out early in the mornings to do my watering and check on the plants. Because I had been giving them a little bit of sunlight, as much as I could really, because it hasn't been very sunny, I decided I would plant the plants in the evening when there's not much sun, so they'll get a little bit tonight. And hopefully, as the days roll on, it will be a little bit of shade for them so they don't burn. We will see as this video progresses. Will I have seedlings at the end? Or not even seedlings, will I have plants at the end of this weekend? Only time will tell. I hope the sun will cooperate. There were a lot of people working at the allotment today, and I was a bit embarrassed to speak to the camera, so I'm just going to do a little bit of recording here. First thing I did when I showed up is I started weeding like crazy. I had been weeding whenever I was coming out to water the plants and was thinning them out pretty well. So now it was getting kind of easier to see where else needs to be thinned. Did that for a while and got it pretty well cleaned up. The carrots seem to be pretty okay. However, at the end of the row, I found a little critter hole. So hopefully this won't become a problem. It was really nice to finally get these into the ground. These are the types of biodegradable containers that you can plant into the soil. I do wish that I would have gotten some topsoil to mix in with the naturally occurring soil. It's just there was a lot going on. I was out of town and I didn't have a chance to do it. But generally they should be okay. It was easy to get them all in. I hope that I gave them enough space. And of course they needed some water because, as I've said, and as I will say many times in this video, it is hot. And here's a little close-up of how they look once they got put into the ground. I did have a huge sense of relief actually seeing them in the ground and no longer in those little containers. I'm very pleased with the way the beets are coming along. There's a lot that are growing very strong. There's some others that are a little bit smaller. The carrots also look really good. A lot of them got displaced, so we'll see if they grow or not, but it seems okay now. Alrighty, it's now 2 days later. Long story short, I did not get to come out here yesterday to water the plants, even though it was hot and sunny. I really wish I would have, but the day before, so the day that I made those first clips, I spent the entire night at the vet, the emergency vet, with my dog. I didn't leave there till 5 a.m. slept for 4 hours, and then went to Suomi Pop Festival. There will be a video about that, but I just did not have the time. It takes about an hour at least because of the bus schedule and the distance. So I'm just like, fingers crossed that those plants made it. I think it rained a little last night. It might rain a little today, not sure. It's quite cloudy, so that's good, but it's going to be hot the next few days. So I just want to make sure that these plants are getting off to a good start. Let's see if they're living. Okay, I'm pretty happy about that. They're not dead. They did make it through the day. They look all right. I think definitely, oh my gosh, I look tired. I am tired, actually. I think after this weekend is over and I have more time, I'm gonna get a bag of some nice topsoil and I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna fertilize those, because I mean, maybe they're going through a little bit of shock right now, being outside. I'm glad today will be mild for them. Yesterday was a lot. But they've got plenty of water. I'll come out tomorrow before the festival because it's going to be a hot one. And then another hot one. And then another hot one. For people in the US, it's going to be like 80 degrees. But in Finland, that's hot. So let's check them out tomorrow. Alrighty, it's Saturday morning. Yesterday was very cloudy and very rainy. Not very rainy, but it rained off and on. So I know that at least the plants did not get burned up in the sun. They could get burned up in the sun today. I hope that that was a good introduction to outside, and that when I go over there, they're not dead. Fingers crossed, but I think they'll be okay. It's really going to be the next few days that are rough for them. So I'm going to give them a good watering before I go back to the festival again. And I'm going to see some really great people today. So you're going to have to check out also my Suomi Pop Festival video, which will be coming out maybe before this, maybe after this. I actually don't know. But there will be a Suomi Pop video. So keep an eye on that one. But yes, let's go check the plants. The pumpkins are actually looking really good. They're nice and green, putting out more leaves. This one I can tell has grown a bit and it feels like very strong. Yeah, these seem like they're doing pretty good. The cucumbers, I'm not sure. They're looking not super green. They're like a little yellowish. So I think they just might need some help in the soil, but they're still standing. This one feels nice and strong. This was the youngest of all of them, so looks pretty good. I do need to give them some water. The soil doesn't look dried out yet, but it's going to be a hot one today with lots and lots of sun, so I'm going to get these watered. Alrighty, today is Sunday. It's hot, almost 30. We don't have rain in the forecast for like the next week, so I'm going to be out here a lot watering the plants. About to give them some water. It is super sunny today. I hope that the plants can make it. If they can make it through this week, they'll be good, I think. But oh boy. Okay, so the soil was looking a little bit compacted, probably just from all the watering and the fact that it had been loosened and then got crushed. So I just drug a little bit more soil from the edges to kind of protect the roots. I am going to put more topsoil on them. I do see an ant carrying an egg away, which means the nest is still here somewhere. I hope they don't damage the roots. Things are looking pretty good over here. I need to do some weeding, but the carrots looking great. Beets are looking really good too. So next time I come, I will put down soil and fertilizer and hopefully get these to start popping off with all the sunlight and heat that's coming on. All right. I am so glad that this is the last time I have to take soil out to the allotment. I just picked up a 50-liter bag of some topsoil for my pumpkins. Hopefully they're not dead or I'll feel really stupid. So I totally forgot that the bus stop at the garden center shares the same stop for buses going in both directions. And I had, was looking at my little maps thing. It said the bus that I needed was coming. I forgot that I needed to double check to make sure it was the right bus. Apparently, both of those buses were arriving within minutes of each other because I got on the wrong one. So when I saw that I was nearing my own home, I realized I made a mistake. So I had to get off the bus, Since I was home, I filled up my water bottle, used the bathroom, so it wasn't a total loss, but it did add about an hour to my day because the buses coming out here are quite infrequent. And I had to haul this 50-liter bag of soil, which is not light, on and off of another bus. So I'm here now, gonna put down the soil, gonna water my plants. It's already like 30 degrees. I'm so exhausted. I am ready for a nap, believe me. So let's go check out the allotment. This topsoil looked really nice. It is a pity that I wasn't able to get it down earlier so that it would be a bit lower for the root systems, but it should still give quite a bit of nutrients to the plants. I used about half of the bag because it was just like enough, it seemed. Also, I will be fertilizing later. I just didn't want to do too much to the plants at any given time. I didn't want to shock them. So I will later mix some chicken fertilizer with the soil and fertilize all of the plot, but that will come later. And of course we needed to give them some fresh water because it's hot, although the topsoil was pretty moist on its own. I don't know what it is about watering the plants. I find this to be very satisfying. Just as it was a few days prior, the pumpkins look really good. I think they're going to be successful if I have males and females, because you do have to hand pollinate them. The cucumbers, I don't know. The thing is they are putting out new leaves, so it's okay if the old leaves die off because they have new ones. So we'll see how these go. The beets are still going strong. They are even bigger now than they were a few days ago. Same thing with the carrots. They seem to be pretty happy in the soil. I do need to come back and weed, but I'll do that another day. Okay, I am hot and I'm tired and I'm dehydrated, even though I just drank like a liter of water already this morning. It's only 1 o'clock. But I'm feeling very positive. I knew that this would be a hard week on the garden. I knew that the sun would be intense. It was possible I could lose some, if not all, of my seedlings. They seem to be doing just fine. It's definitely been hard for them, but they're putting out the new leaves, and I think this topsoil is going to give them a lot of nutrients, extra nutrients that they need. I have to keep coming out and watering every day, but this is going to be the end of this video. And as things grow, and we'll see what happens, going forward, there will be another update on the allotment, but it might be a while because things just have to grow, and there's not much more work to do other than watering. So if you made it this far, thank you for following the journey, and I hope to share with you again the next update. Bye guys, enjoy your summer.